Okay, I'm gonna wait till somebody gets in the chat. I'm working with my mic and I'm trying to get my mic where it's working and you guys can hear me. So if anybody gets in the chat and can actually see this and hear me, please tell me if I'm too loud, I'm too quiet before I get into the subject matter. I did post a uh, link, so if you want to come on live with me, ask me some questions, by all means, go ahead. But anybody that's watching right now, can you tell me if you can hear me? Am I too loud, too quiet? And I can adjust the mic to help that. Going live on my Honey Evil page. I'll use my iPad, make sure it's on. Yeah, anybody watching, please let me know. I'm live. Okay, I see one person's in chat. Can you actually hear me okay? Because what we're going to be going over is the video I did last night. Gabe Wellis, Kyle Stacy, and a few others that they named. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to adjust this. I'm turning it louder. Tell me if it's too loud or not loud enough. Because right now I'm just trying to work on my mic, kind of getting it set up. Is this too loud or is this actually where you can hear me better? Thank you, Unmasked. Order. Okay, can you guys hear me better now? Add the screen on. Okay. I think the screen, it's supposed to make it where the S's, any slurs or anything like that, it kind of blocks where I can't hear. Okay, so what I'm going to be getting at is what I did a short video last night on. Gabe Wellis, yeah, this is part of the Sons of Odin part that's not been named or said. Kyle Stacy, those are the names that just put out there last night. And the main reason I'm doing this is these names, this drug ring, that's also a part of this Sons of Odin issue. They go back and they're friends with Brad Holder, among others. And I feel that the reason this drug ring is not being involved because we got Brent McClellan, Nicholas McClellan's cousin, who sits friends with Derek German. You've got Derek German, Joshua Lank, Del Wood, his uncle, all part of that same drug ring. You got individuals like elected officials' family, their son, Nita Duff. You've got William Duff involved with that same ring. I get a feeling this is why this ring's not being brought up. And if it was to be brought up, it would cause some major issues within certain high ranking officials. If this drug ring is proven to be involved and is what cost the girls their lives, you got individuals like Mark McClellan that's going to have to recuse himself. You've got egos over the real justice and full names involved being brought to justice, which I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty sick. And if that is the case, why and how is that legal? to protect your own family in order to show, hey, my family had nothing to do with this. But yet, you got Nicholas McClelland's own cousin involved with the same drug ring. Gabe Ellis is supplying. You've got Derek German. He was supplying. William Duff. He was supplying. But yet, nothing to see here. I want you all to go back and look up the fact Howard County's most wanted. You've got a convicted and actually proven child pedophile was actually in charge of and actually friends with Keegan Klein. Gabe, actually, I actually got this out of Blaine Nelson before he died. Blaine actually admitted that Gabe Ellis, that Kokomo Cartel drug ring, there was a marriage between a cartel member and a woman from Kokomo that many of them went to school with. She got married to this cartel member out in Las Vegas. And with that new connection being made, the sleep dope, which is the dope like meth, instead of hyping you up, getting you sleepless, it was putting people to sleep. That's what drugs, like meth wise, they had going before 2015, 2016 time frame. This new connection allowed them to actually get the good dope, is what they were calling it, the non-sleep dope. Kokomo had, like I said, an issue with sleep dope. Instead of the meth keeping people up, it was putting people to sleep. So this new dope, they had to get the first run done by bus, like Greyhound, Megabus, that sort of thing. So this is why they sent Keaton Klein over to Delphi, not Delphi, but from Kokomo to Las Vegas. For the run, he was given X amount of money of what he was going to get for the full run. You get half to pay your own fare. You're going to pay your own expenses while you're there. Then you're given the money as separate. You come back to the drugs, you get half now, you get half later. So he actually did a drug run to Vegas. It wasn't for weed. He had a little extra money where he was able to do that and move that as a front. But yet, the real reason why he went to Vegas, Blaine Nelson tells you, him and Gabe is running that ring side by side. He himself actually said this is the reason why we sent Keegan to Vegas. It wasn't weed, it was meth. And with that being said, it just, what is the likelihood that the same rune would be talked about not only by Gabe Ellis, Kyle Stacy? Kyle Stacy's the one that actually was contacted by Gabe Ellis to make sure Karina was dead. He contacted Kyle Stacy to bring a hot shot to make sure Karina was dead before they did what they did. Kyle Stacy, his nickname is UC Kyle. If you look his up my case, right now you're gonna see he just got busted with over a pound of meth. There's another name involved in that ring that's been allowed up to 2023 to run free. But yet his involvement with that ring has been known about for years. This is how easily this ring and individuals and around it, they get by with so much. Nothing happens. They never get brought in. And that's kind of the reason why I brought that up last night. And same thing now, where you're having issues where ones like Gabe Ellis, they're not being brought up when it comes to the Sons of Odin issues. Not just Brad Holder and the six defendants they actually named. There's actually more like Gabrielle's, Kyle Stacy, the ones that I showed that they tagged, all involved with that same little thing. I at first thought it was two different groups. I'm now starting to wonder if it's one and the same. The same group, just more names that have not been said. And the reason being is right there, we're seeing firsthand. There's ties and connections, network analysis showing Brad Holder, Gabe, and people in and around his drug ring right there. Then I also want to bring up, and I'm going to put on my community page, where you've got Derek, friends with more than one murder suspect, but yet nothing to see there. Don't look at that. You got Jennifer Dean, Jennifer Barnes. She goes by different names, but she was actually one of the murder suspects in the 2021 murder in Florida. Every single one of her profiles is actually sitting on Derek Sherman's friends list right now, just like Ashley Garth said on his friends list. This is more than one murder suspect that's sitting on Libby's dad's page, connected to the same drug ring that he was going for, and there's nothing to see there. It's kind of hard not to look at that and ask questions of why isn't this being seen? But like I said, you're going to have individuals like Brent McClellan involving the McClellan family. Their name get brought up. This ring is brought forth. You got Nita Duff, the assessor, best friends with the Patty, her own son, Dylan, for the same ring and friends with their German for years, dealt side by side with theirs and others, getting supplied by the same Kokomo connection, Gabriel and his ring. Well, it looks pretty good if this is brought up and actually is factual, and the drugs did have a hand in why the girls were killed. But hands down, if that's brought up, and it is, and it does come out that the deaths were caused by debt, money owed, revenge, everything we've been hearing right now, revenge. It wasn't towards Abby. Look what little happened to Abby. But the most rage and the most violent happened to one individual. And I get a feeling it was to send a message. Pay up, we're going to keep going. Now, one reason I'm able to talk about this, and I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm not coming to you looking from the outside in. It started October 10th, going into 11th, 2016. All I was on my way home. I stopped and helped the individual, Karina McClurkin. And in doing so, I refused to stop looking. And while looking in to her case, 126 days before Delphi, got me looking into and starting to see the things I'm seeing now. It also helped when you got individuals within this ring that are actually in and around this ring adding my Facebook, stalking my Facebook, my every word. I think it's odd that recently there is a female, her mother for years said she stabbed the girls, one of the girls, know what it felt like to stab somebody. This individual, mind you, not only domestic psychosis going on, this individual had severe bipolar as well as schizophrenia. So schizophrenia. Her boyfriend belonged to that Sons of Odin group. Keegan Cal, her own mother for years. I've got this in red. Said she stabbed one of the girls. So before it ever came out that a knife was involved, I'm sorry, but before it was ever announced that a knife was involved, I was one of the very first ones saying, look, the girls were either slashed or knifed to death. And that's a fact. If you look back on everything I've said from day one, the girls, there was a knife involved. And it just blows me away that people are now talking about the knife. There was a knife involved. What kind of knife? Stuff like that. When I'm actually sitting here from day one, when I got and I found from looking into Trina's case and the ones around her case that go back to Delphi for years. Since like 2016 on, I've talked about there was a knife involved in the girl's death. What do we know now? For a fact, there was a knife involved. This is before I even talked about the drug ring, the God Sons of Odin, that issue. And one thing I'm going to bring up to you guys right now, you're going to hear it from me, the federal informant. I'm going to force the Baffy, Baffy informant 1023 files into light. In those Baffy files, you're going to see emails, texts, calls, everything. I'm not afraid to call out the FBI and a now retired agent, Michael Curtis, with the Joint Terrorism Task Force. I've got 15,000 pictures and documents on just one SD card. If I get the rest of these SD cards and the text with that agent, you're going to see where when I was paid the 15th, right before he was heading back up to Delphi, I was paid. And he told me something in the book. It was real rushed, and there was supposed to be two agents that paid me the 15th. Only Michael showed up. He ended up paying me, and within 5 minutes, it was a hurry up, pick me up, pay me, get rid of me, get me dropped back off, and said he was heading back up to Delphi. He was working the Delphi case. One thing that just drives me crazy and makes me sick is the names. The Sons of Odin, the same Sons of Odin they had me about 3 months before Delphi. Look into that group in that area. If they followed up and actually followed what I was seeing, the names, the information, some of which you're seeing now, if they followed up on that, I feel 110% Delphi was a avoidable crime. Delphi did not have to happen. It was one agency's lies, disregard, and negligence that allowed those two little girls to be killed. They followed up names on other missing cold cases that was bringing to his attention. Heck, the October 17th, 2017, I will come up and get you on record next week. It'll be what, 27th of October, 2017, a year before I went to talk to KPD, Detective Benzinger. Then you've got Detective Chuck Charles Myers with the Indiana State Police, the same Chuck Myers and the same Peru Pose that actually had involvement in Keegan Klein's case. If they would have followed up on everything I was showing, what I was showing, there was already 5 bodies, including Karina's, sitting at Gabriel Ellis's feet at his house alone while he was dealing the one male, all overdosed, dead bodies at his residence. After he sold them the drugs, allowed them to use it there, they overdosed and died at his feet. He allowed them to die before he ever made the call. You can't tell me if you brought a dog in, canine wise, and if you looked in the paraphernalia in the house, you knew he just sold them that drug. He's a known dealer in that area. Those 3 females, the one male, he never got to charge one. Farina's, his involvement, never got to charge one. Walk. It just makes me sick. All these opportunities this whole time, the FBI and other agencies, negligence, egos, and yes, I say egos. If you look back, and I'm going to shorten it down where it's going to be easier for you all to understand and follow, is I'm going to be breaking down the 2018 video within KPD in an interview room with Detective Bensinger with KPD and Charles Chuck Myers with the Indiana State Police Peru Post. You look up his LinkedIn and actually look up his post, Chuck Myers is actually the child crimes lead detective on internet and electronic crimes against children. They admit to over 40 plus missing or exportation cases sitting cold on their desk. How is that acceptable, Carter? You can't tell me Carter doesn't know that over 40 child exploitation cases sitting on a detective of his desk in Peru, the Miami County Post. And this is before the 2018 murder shoot. Let it be known that Keegan Klein, his Anthony shots count, he was already picked up in 2017. So you can't tell me that Peru Post, Miami County, didn't already have what we now know back in 2018, 2020, whenever murder sheets actually dropped theirs, and it was showing back 2017. So when I was talking to that detective, he already knew about Keegan, his crimes, Delphi, his involvement with Delphi, meeting up with but Libby. What I really want to know is, while they were looking into this and seeing things, did they actually peg it where it was actually Keegan using that cell phone? Or did the guy that was actually involved with Keegan on another crime, did Gabriel Ellis pay Keegan off to use that cell phone? Keegan admits that at one point he said he stopped at a Marathon gas station right there in Delphi. Was supposed to meet Libby there. Then another, he actually said, I actually met her. I was supposed to meet her at the bridge. I went there. She was nowhere to be seen. If Keegan went to that bridge the day of with a meeting he had with Libby there, they got all this video evidence of like Richard Allen, him parking, driving by. Why did they not look into Keegan, his vehicle? Hmm? Not a word. Just like Keegan talking and was supposed to meet with Libby there at the bridge. Again, not a word during his charges, during his court case. Why is that? Is it because if they touch Keegan, they know Keegan's going to roll on that drug ring that he was a part of that belongs to Gabe Ellis and that cartel drug ring? Everybody keeps pushing the narrative, the white supremacy. Half truth, half not. The reason I say this, why Gabe and other white individuals even there, when they're in prison, they affiliate themselves with what's called Saxon Knights. Gabe holds rank whenever he goes into prison. He gets his rank back and actually holds rank with the Saxon Knights, white supremacy. That's why he's in prison. But when he gets out, he's talking, he's affiliating himself in and around people of color, black, Mexicans, doesn't matter. He still affiliates with them. Proven facts. Look at his Facebook. He's got black friends, people affiliates with, motorcycle clubs, all of the sort. He associates with them. But it's only when he's in prison the white supremacy part side of him comes out. But hands down, it just blows me away that you can what was it, Chadwell, make him a national known name. Every household in the United States and international knows who Chadwell is. Lafayette. Why? Because he's a child predator. Possible connections with Delphi. And the state police and others made sure he was a national known name for what? Being a child predator. But yet you got an individual like Gabriel Ellis and Heather Ferris, break back, have a record right there at Prince William Road, 100 South. Not only that, you got money by the thousands. You've got multiple people within, like, let's just say the Patties, German, Martian, all them. You've got multiple people within that one family that's cost this ring. Not only individuals, killers, suppliers being locked up, but then you've got major debts that are owed, both drugs and money. I'm not even get into the money part because, or the drug part, because if you actually add up all the money, and if Derek had a hand in them getting busted or the ones around him, you get less time, talk, the insane amount of money is going to go into thousands. I've actually been looking into Gabe in other cases. He's this on issues. Let them stew in his brain. And when he finally gets enough and snaps, makes you wonder if he's got a psychological issue, to be honest. Schizophrenic, something. Because what he does is sit on it. It keeps bouncing in his brain. What if? Just like Garrett Kurtz, the reason he killed Nicole, I've got the emails with the prosecutor. I will be willing to share. Look at the drug ring, these individuals, these names. Bring them up. You're going to see Garrett break. I was correct. He broke. They killed her over that same drug ring. Guess who he was supplied by? Who he was friends with? Well, same supplier. Who do you think the call was made? If she's going to roll on us, take care of her. Either you take care of her or we'll take care of you. Mindset. Kill or be killed. And one thing I've noticed when it comes to Gabriel Ellis's involvement in Karina's case, he likes to give me a second, get a good drink. One thing Gabe Ellis likes to do is be this big bad shot caller. And you do this. Snaps his finger. And at a snap finger, he gets stunned. At certain points, he likes getting his hands dirty, but when he doesn't need to get his hands dirty, he has other people do his dirty work. But like I said, 126 days going into Delphi. You got one individual, not only that has a grudge, a severe case of wanting to get revenge. You've got motives. Money and drugs are a big, big motivator, especially when it comes to crimes. I can list off case after case after case where money and drugs were a main motivation when it comes to murder. But yet, with this being said, nobody wants to talk about it. And if you do talk about it, you got other YouTubers saying, shut up, don't say anything, don't look there, there's nothing to see there. And I've got some where I can actually show you where I've gotten kicked off live streams. We're talking about the Sons of Odin connection, the drug ring connection. I told you not to bring that up. The moment I get asked a question within the comments and I'm forced to bring it up, I've been kicked off more than one live stream. These same YouTubers that kicked me off laughing, making jokes, are now talking about what? The very thing I was kicked off of their page, their live streams, for talking about, for bringing up after I was told not to. And it's kind of a kick to the gut. Why would you laugh at me? And your buddies all make jokes, laugh at me, have a good old time. We're talking about the same exact thing that I've been talking about. And you're now talking about it yourselves. Kind of contradicting. And Aaron, yes, I got a 100% feeling. It's not the first time. There was a dealer, Gabe was supplying over in Florida. Jennifer Dean, Jennifer Barnes, and there's a list. You look at the list of the witnesses when it comes to the lawsuit of Galen Rose. They all go back to the same drug ring and around Gabe and his ring. Facts. Either dealing themselves, murder suspects like Jennifer, and mind you, Jennifer, who's friends with right there, Christy Lynn Martin, among others that go back to Gabe, is one of the last ones known leaving a murder suspect, leaving Galen's house right before the fires. Nothing to see here? I think not. To be honest to you, with the individual showing in around the rings, I see no less than, I call 7. I would say 6, but Corina was 2 weeks into her 18th birthday. She was still a child in her own in my own eyes and many others' eyes. 2 weeks into her 18th birthday, you were never given the chance to see what the adult life had in store for her. Being a child, being used as a mule by your own family to move drugs, that's no child. Why do you think she got addicted like she did? Hmm. And that's her own family letting it be known. Yet, yes, her own mother was using her as a drug mule multiple times to move this drug from here to there. And yes, that's her own family saying it. But yes, motivation enough to kill kids when their cartel ties are involved. Look how many times cartels killed even children. The way the cartel in this ring works is the whole you owe them money, or they feel that you have a debt, or you are a threat. They will not go after you directly. They will kill the family members, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, your children, anyone around you to actually get the point across. Pay up, or whatever debt they feel that you owe them, make it right. Or yes, there's been many cases where children have been killed when it comes to like cartel ring. There's hundreds of cases that are shown where yes, they've done it in Mexico, they've done it in the United States. I want to keep you guys something in the back of your head, something food for thought. What did the Patties have involvement in real estate? Real estate is another major way the cartel drug rings throughout the United States use to launder money. Certain individuals, like assessors, are paid off to inflate the property. Say you get it for 50K, you go to sell it, it's going to be worth 150K if you pay off the right person. That the assessor, uh, the assessment on that property. So you put a 50K into it and you buy it for 50K and you can sell for 150K. It's over $100,000, just for an example that was made. Cartel gets a cut of that, and the rest, the person that laundered it, gets the rest. Big portion goes back to the ring, smaller portion goes back to the person. It's easy money. The people getting paid off to inflate these properties. Easy money. You'd be surprised what money can do. And to who? I'm not saying that is the case, but it makes you wonder. Being close friends with the county assessor, Nita Duff, you've got Derek Dilling with her son, Liam Duff. They're friends for years, dealing together, getting supplied by the same person, the same people, the same ring. But I've been told for years now by other YouTubers, there's nothing to see there. Why bother looking? Why not? And I'm reading some of your. And yes, this particular white supremacist mentality comes from being in prison. There is no moral code. Truth on mass. That's true on mass. and nobody nothing. I'm not really going to say some names, but I've been attacked by certain individuals for bringing up what they are now talking about themselves, monetized. And most of these YouTubers, I'm not trying to pick at anybody, poke at anybody, but I'm going to bring up some facts. I've been on their pages. They've told people to block me, tried to take my page down for speaking the truth for years. I've been attacked by some of these individuals, some of these other YouTubers, for speaking on what I am now, what I have been for years, for the very thing that they are now posting all over, doing live after live after live after live, video after video after video. Oh, let's look at this Sunzo. Oh, let's look at this issue. This issue. Some of the same very things that they've attacked me on, they're now talking about themselves. I've been laughed at, kicked off, live streams, bashed, but I stood strong. I've been telling the truth from the very get go, but oh, now it came out in court. Oh, let's do a live stream on this. Let's beat Mockingbird. We heard it here. We know a little bit of information that somebody's been saying for years now. Let's put this together and let's actually do a live stream. Let's do videos on just this that we've bashed, attacked, dug a grave, and threw another YouTuber in. Unlike these other YouTubers, like I say, and I will say again, since Karina's case, the selfless service, stopping to help somebody, looking into her case, I've been screaming from the inside of this hell. Look here, look at this, look at this, look at these names, the network analysis, and this is why. But these other YouTubers, they got thousands upon thousands of subscribers. I've never been trying to do this for the subs, or what I can get. What I've been mainly doing is just that I've been actually just trying to be a voice of reason from inside of this hell. Look at this. Look here. This is why. You look or you don't look. I don't cram it down people's face. I don't cram it down your throat. I do not force you to believe anything I say. Look where I say to look. But these other YouTubers all in it for the subs, the money. There's one certain YouTuber. Hell, they had an Amazon wish list. Food. Some more food. Oh, how about me a desk? Them a desk? Oh, I need a new green screen. Getting people off of these cases, get them minor stuff, food, shirts, clothing, off of a wish list, and having your subscribers getting whatever you put on that wish list. Oh, here, I'll get this. I'll get that for you. Oh, here, I'll give you membership. I'll become a member. Look at my membership. I'm like, damn, I don't push it on anybody. I got a big old goose egg right now. Think I care? Yeah, it would help. But at the same time, you know what? I don't press it on anybody. I could have a hell of a lot more subscribers right now if I push. Like most of these YouTubers, I'm dealing with renal failure. And if you don't know what the word renal means, it's kidney failure. I'm now stage 4 out of 5. I'm a dead man walking. This ring, the ones in and around it, they don't scare me. And I'm going to go off subject for a second, but I'm going to tell you this much right now. I knew in 2020 what I know now. This drug ring, the ones in and around it, there's been only 6 individuals that are sitting in jail. They had a hit out on my second cousin, my own flesh and blood. They broke into their house. Their boyfriend went to get up to look what was going on. They shot point blank, and the murderers ran. It wasn't him that had the hit out on them. It was her, my own flesh and blood. You thought I was attacking this ring, the ones in and around it, and what I've gotten at work. I made a promise to my family. It was a still active hit out on my family. At a snap of a finger, this individual, he wants not to tell her, but her mother and younger sister, my first cousin, and her youngest daughter that lives with her. Anybody that is in that house, including a toddler, just to make the one that they had the hit out on them suffer even more. Yeah, you lost your boyfriend, but guess what? They're about to do it again. So this time it's going to be your mother and your younger sister. Just let us watch you suffer more. The main individual that's sitting in jail right now, there's multiple others that they're connected to that are sitting free, walking. So yeah, unlike these other YouTubers, the exact ring that killed children before made a threat again. Only this time it's personal. I knew then what I know now. When you see the look of fear in your own family's eyes, telling you they're looking over their shoulders, making sure the locks are locked at night, the windows are locked, the fear in their eyes, their own flesh and blood in this exact ring makes your blood boil. And I'm reading some of your comments. And okay, I'm catching up on some of the comments. Sorry about that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, here lately, I've been kind of running myself ragged. I would have already been up on top of this, the sons of Odin, the Odinism, all this, but the last now a month now, it's either been me and my cousin. Same cousin's got the hit out on her. I've been dealing with her father's death and cleaning out his place. That close going to Goodwill, bagging those up, going through everything, what goes, what stays, like what gets thrown away. We've been doing that day after day for a little over a month now after his death. So when I'm not doing that and I've got the ability, I come on, try to do this. And either that, I've got doctor appointments, other things that are going on in my life. And I'm not going to lie to you here soon, the way I've been feeling and the way my kidney pain's been being, it goes from under my right rib, since I only got my right kidney, it feels like it's a spear going from under your right rib to your back. It's been constant daily. I've not been able to. stay hydrated when I'm over there. The water's already been turned off. It's whatever drinks I bring with me. But hands down, I'm not trying to call it, but I know my body. I got a bad feeling it's either an active AKI, which is called acute kidney injury, or I'm starting to go back into failure. I can feel it. I know what's going on. So with health and family issues, I've been kind of off internet. I kind of chime in here, hop in this live when I can, do a short live when I can, but I've got a lot going on right now, and I've got a bad feeling. Uh, if I'm not going helping out my uncles and I'm actually sitting in the hospital, yeah, I'll be sitting right there in the hospital bed speaking to you guys. And it'll help because I can remember a little bit more. I can retain more information. I don't have this medically going on. The renal failure, it kind of messes with your neurological issues that I've already got going on. And retaining and recalling information kind of every once in a while gets blurry or it's there one moment, it's not. So I document about everything I can to if I need to recall or kind of refresh my memory to bring stuff up, I do that. But needless to say, not about me. But we're gonna go back. There's five for effect bodies at Gabriel Ellis' feet. And when I shorten this 2018 video down, you're gonna see, unlike Cadwell, or what is it, Cadwell over in Lafayette, uh, unlike him, making him national news for being a predator, right there close, could be possible. Connections to Delphi, get an individual they pulled out real quick and do it fine in that area. They rolled him out real quick. You've got Indiana State Police talking about fraud exploitation cases that is called S. I know manpower, going one detective, going one case at a time, one suspect at a time. They don't have the money. They don't have the manpower. Their egos, and why I say egos, in that 2008 video of mine, a little long. But I was talking about another case. It's nothing I've looked at. Even a child that was on the run with Gabe Ellis. Gabe Ellis, child exploitation, child porn, producing, putting it on the electronic device, federal violation, all were dismissed. But yet you've got the child victims going to girls' school and having to pretty much fulfill their full judgment while the adult gets let go. No charge, nothing. Just like the girl that was in that 2018 video I was talking about, I was on the street. My ex just pushed me out with the thread. There was about 16 different cars out in front of her house. People with guns massing in the front yard and the backyard. So I made a call to if you don't have enough body bags, you hold storage for anybody that comes to the store. If you don't make it here, I'll start stacking. I'm trained and I'm highly motivated to protect people in this house. I'm armed. Anybody makes it to the store, they will not walk out of the house. But it's after that, they seen that threat was going to come into that house, silence me. It wasn't me. Nothing I've done. It wasn't me as a person. I had to go. So yes, middle of the winter, I was out in the street. This family, this young girl, she ran away. But she ran away. She gave her grandmother a note that she little gang thing, and to initiate the female, instead of a female beating them in, you're sexed in and you're sexed out. So anybody that's in this little gang of theirs, no matter if you're young or old alike, that's how you get in, that's how you get out. You're passed around to the men that are in charge of this little gang. You're initiated in, and you're pretty much let out. So just like how the guys do it, blood in, blood out. You're beat in, you're beat out. Just what they're brainwashing some of these young girls. Oh, you want to be a part of our gang? You see, we got money. See what we've got. Now you want to be a part of it? How you tell it? And this person. You got to go through all these guys. You're gonna pretty much be raped in, raped out. You want out of the gang like this one girl wanted. This is what you had to do. While I was talking that 2008 video, I want to in mind. I've got another video where I named this individual. He was a child predator living right there in an apartment. Within 48 hours, there was two underage girls found at his location. Not one charge. He had warrants for his arrest. Wasn't arrested. They let him go. There's a lot more details in that 2018 video that was bringing up. That family, mother and the grandmother, tracked me down. Asked me to start looking at it. I found this. I called the mom. You want me to stop her and wait for you? Keep her going. I named the backpack, what she was wearing, what she looked like. The mother said, that's her backpack. That's her. Set a picture of the mom. I was kind of like 2, 3 blocks behind her. But when I got close enough, other side of the road, I zoomed in on the picture, took a picture of the girl. Yeah, that's my daughter. Kind of lay back, see where she's going. Buffalo Towers. What is it called? I couldn't go inside the building, finish out where she was going. So I was allowed to give that mother where she was going, and not too long afterward, she got KPD. She got an idea who apartment she's going to. I'll be damned. That's how it's ready. But the mother was asking for a rape kit on this underage girl. No, they refused it. They refused medical care for this child. Yeah. So this is what I've seen firsthand. I've had 4 dogs, 4 children brought home alive by attacking this ring one and around it. I know what I'm seeing. I know who and what I'm seeing. I've gotten people home alive for attacking this same individual ring. I'm not crazy. I'm not nuts. And I know what I'm seeing. And when I've got results, I didn't make it about me. Oh, I could have got thousands of subs, money, this, that, and the other donations. If I made it about me, the thank yous that I've gotten from these 8 different families paid more than any subs, any money combined could ever give you the feeling. The thank you for everything. That right there is why I fight, why I hunt. People want to get at a time. At times, at times right now, I'm attacking the whole group, the whole ring, individuals and around this ring. So for your be right, you're no man. Okay, I thought I had this fixed. Okay, let me know if it's kind of messed up. Thanks. Right now, I'm trying to figure out which one's up and which one's down on this. If need be, instead of StreamYard, I'll use my other headphones. We're gonna go unmasked so that you guys can actually hear me. And I don't know if it. I put the screen back on so you can hear me now. French. So I might actually have to redo this later and actually just use my headphones to hear me better. And I'm thinking that might be what I have to do. Because right now I'm right up on the mic and I probably really hear me better now. That's the one thing about this. Oh, I forgot this. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Hold on. I forgot I got the gain on the back. So let me know when you can. Yeah, let me know where you can actually hear me. I thought I had this all figured out. Because there's the gain on the back of my mic. So I'm gonna work with you guys right now on where you can and cannot hear me. I'm trying to turn the gain up. So I'm gonna work with everybody like fast and rescue in the chat. I put the link on here. If anybody's able to come and jump on, or I'm actually skip trying to use the mic and actually use my headphones for a little bit later. Probably this, tonight. Okay, so you guys can hear me now, right? And what I've been kind of going over is like Gabe Ellis, I'll chase in that ring, and I've been kicked off with multiple this past year. I'm good now, correct? I'm trying to wait for the messages. Make sure you guys can read this. Like, hear me. This mic's being a pain right now, so I might actually wait till I can't see anybody can hear me. I might actually wait till probably later on tonight, where I can actually sit and work on this mic to make sure I got the gain correct, the functioning of this mic, make sure it's working correctly. I thought I had everything done correct. Okay, I'm probably gonna use my headphones later. I know that's consistent and it stays constant, and I'm gonna redo everything I've said now. I'm gonna go ahead and post this, but I'm going to use my headphones later. So I'm gonna do a premiere and kind of give you the time for let's go with probably about 11 o'clock tonight, and I'll kind of go live back with you guys. And this time I'll use my headphones. I know those are consistent, and you constantly hear me. This mic, yes, a pretty expensive mic, but yeah, it has a mind of its own. Gain, the functioning, the different functions it has on this mic, it's a pain to use. I've been trying to get this mic eight now since I've had it. It'll help. It'd be great quality if it actually did work. If I can get the gain, everything else works. But I'm gonna come on live with you guys later, and I'm gonna use my headphones. And I'm gonna hop off here and I'm work with this mic and see if I can't get this mic to actually start doing its job and doing what it's supposed to be doing. But I'll catch you guys here in a little bit. I'm gonna go over exactly what I just went over like about the last hour. And again, I'm gonna leave the link in the top of the comments, and I'll throw it in a few times during the comments. Anybody, if you want, feel free to come in, ask me some questions. I'm an open book. I'm gonna catch you guys. Okay, so you guys can't hear me now. Okay, I'm bringing up the gain even more. Okay. Well, yes. Okay. Well, now I know my mic's working. I'm gonna go over some things I'm gonna actually try to do where what I'm saying I'm actually gonna be able to bring it up and actually have it where like it's on screen along with what I'm saying. You have to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, and I'm gonna come back on like later on tonight. I'm gonna do a few figure out how you do the slides, put a few slides together so what I'm saying you're actually able to see. And by then I should have that video where it's the 2018 video. Instead I have to go through about an hour and a half of me sitting in an interview room with those two detectives that are making jokes, laughing about 40 plus child exploitation cases. Yes, including an Indiana State Trooper. I'm going to work on that video for a few. And before I go live again, I'm going to make sure that video is up and it's a shortened version where it's not going to be edited. It's going to be exactly how the Facebook Live video was. What was said, how it was said, who said what. I'm going to break that video down and repost that. So many people are trusting the FBI, the Indiana State Police, and local PDs way too much. This video, it's been out there right in front of you, of everybody. The ones that can and will sit through it, go back. I posted it 2018. I'm posting this again. It was a Facebook Live I did with inside KPD with a KPD detective and Indiana State Trooper detective, Chuck Myers, Charles Chuck Myers. I'm gonna work on that video, get it back up and like a shortened version where I can tell you guys where to look, what to listen for, and then I'll play the clip of that video as it was, then go back and tell you guys exactly in that video, down to even Delphi was one of those child exploitation cases sitting cold on a detective's desk. Just like, is the FBI here? If not, keep them at bay at the crime scene. Why? Why did egos and Indiana State Police even wanting to keep it amongst themselves? Why not get the feds involved? I got a strict no in that 2018 video. Sick on what we know now. Let's a couple different things. But yeah, I'm gonna work on this and I'll come back with you guys tonight. There's a couple little things I can do where I can actually hear myself talk through the headphones and it's self-diagnostic. I'm gonna get this uh, mic working for you guys because it's going to be a whole lot clearer when I get it set up and it is bright than my headphones can ever do. But I'm gonna hop off here. I'll be back with you guys later on this evening, and I'm gonna drop another video on my page along with some images and my community page. just be looking out. I'm gonna get this next video done, and I'm gonna come back live with you tonight. Most likely, it's going to be my headphones where you can hear me, but I will be back with you guys, and that video will be dropping later.